Hey everybody, it's Barbie from Narrowlane Roof Designs, and I'm going to do a little crafting here today. I have a project that I'm trying to finish up, and I just thought I'd share it with you. But before we get to that, I want to thank you for joining in, watching, for subscribing. This has been quite fun for me. I've had a lot of really nice comments, lovely comments, and people are enjoying what I have to offer, which is nice. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone and hope everyone is having a really fantastic, beginning to their week. I know it's only Monday, it's March 1st, but spring is right around the corner. And now we have the countdown to the actual day. The snow is gone, the skies open up to the beautiful color of blue, that big orange yellow globe in the sky, that big orb that shines down on us. And God rains down on us every day with blessings. We just need some sun now to get us going. I always say I'm a steward of God's land, and I have 5 acres here, and I'm very anxious this time of year to get out and, to keep the lawn mowed and the flowers and transplanting and new plants and new life. And it's just a wonderful time of year. Spring, and with all the things that we've had going on with COVID, it can be very depressing. I feel sad for a lot of families out there that have lost a loved one, a grandparent, a parent, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. You know, there's been a lot of suicides, and it's just very, very sad. We do live in a wonderful world, and it's a tough time right now. And my heart goes out to everyone. So just know that, your troubles become my troubles through worry. And I don't like the saying, I get tired of everyone saying, oh, we're in this together. The world is going through a terrible time. And yes, we are all going through it. But again, nobody knows what another person is going through. So we can only just pray for everyone. But, let's just think of, happier times. Like I said, that the sun will open up, or the sky will open up to blue, and the beautiful sunsets again. And we'll be able to be with family pretty soon. Um, so today I'm going to finish a project. These I'm actually making for my shop. I've already sold a few, behind the doors. Gals have contacted me. But I've been feeling kind of snarky lately. And I have a really quirky sense of humor. And I guess that's why I love British TV, because I really get the Brits and I understand their dry sense of humor, and they just make me giggle. I'm a big Acorn TV fan, and I just can't get enough. I'm watching Doc Martin now, and I just love everyone on Doc Martin. Their sense of humor, it's so dry and snarky and sarcastic. I kind of guess that inspired me to get out my Snarky Small Talk by Tim Holtz and incorporate the snarky remarks with these paper pads that I'm making. So this one here, I thought she was perfect, and I can just hear this coming out of her mouth. She says, to be honest, I'm just winging it. Life, motherhood, my eyeliner, everything. And I think that's the way things have, it kind of sums it up the last year, year and a half, 2 years. We're all just winging it. We're all just trying to figure out what is going on, what's best for us, what's best for our family. But these darn politicians, they better get their act together, because I really think the people, we the people, for the people, we know what's best for us. They just listen to the science and move on. We'd all be great. So I thought this was a really great saying. So I do have some others here. And one of the things that I really enjoy doing is cutting out images from vintage Women's Day, Better Homes and Gardens. And I'm talking vintage like 1940s. So I've been cutting images. This one here is from a Sears Roebuck catalog. And I have a really snarky saying for this mother and daughter. This gal came from a Woman's Day, I think this was a 1950s or 60s catalog. And she's in a another little snarky snip that's going on with her little attitude. And this one just couldn't be happier. She's had her mite all for the day, and we have a little Borden's coupon here telling her what she can buy for her kitchen to make her day easier. And I have a little snarky saying for her. I have two others over here, but we probably won't get to them today. This gal here looks like she's got a terrible migraine coming on. So I haven't quite finished, grabbing my ephemera and my bits and pieces for her. So we're going to set her aside. And this one here, yeah, she's really something, isn't she? She's just got it all going on. Look at her. She doesn't have a freaking care in the world. So I've already picked out a nice little snarky saying for this one, all dressed in her pearls. So I do love the images. I love the time. I wish I could go back there to those days. Unfortunately, we can't. But I guess I can just sit here and reminisce. So I got my art glitter glue out. I'll be using that on all of these. I've got my vintage photo to dress them up. And I guess we can just start. So, yeah, these are quite fun. I learned how to, and I'm going to get out my tape roller, which I love using. This I will put on after. I use this to back these. I don't bother with the glue. So, yeah, these are cute little pieces that I've collected. I think my art glitter is just about out here. I'm trying to use this up so I don't have to use my new bottle yet. And there's my phone, house phone. I'm not going to answer it. It's either my husband, it's lunchtime, or it's my son. I saw him drive in. He comes home every day and has lunch with his wife. But I'm not going to. Isn't that always the way that you start a project and the phone rings? I love it when I get in the shower and the phone will ring. I don't get out and get it, though. We still have a landline. I know a lot of people. Here's one of my favorite tools I talked about in part 1, and this is what I use this for a lot. A lot of people don't have landlines anymore, but I'm just old-fashioned, and I figure if I have a house, I want a landline. We have a gate out at the end of our driveway. We didn't want a gate, but when we were first building our home, people would drive in. There was all kinds of rumors. I come from a very simple, humble background. My husband, too. We live in a small town. My town was a little bit bigger than his. But when we went to build our home, there was all kinds of rumors that Shania Twain was building her home in the area where we live, and people didn't understand how, my husband and I could afford to build a house like this that we live in. And, people, I think they forget that you work hard, you save money, you take out a loan. We did a lot of bartering for, our home. We're in a business where people need our product, and we were able to barter. We bartered for our swimming pool. We did a lot of bartering. These are little German stickers that they come on sheets, and I love using them. You'll see in one of my other videos, I use these to enhance another hairdo of a gal. So I don't even know what I was saying. I don't even know where that freight train, that train of thought was going. Talking about the house. Well, anyways, it must not have been that important. Just jibber jabber. And I'm just putting this on here just to dress her up a little bit. And I love I love doing this with, I flip my paper over because then I can really press it, and I don't, if I do it on here, I may catch something. I may catch a thing underneath and rip it, and I don't want to go down that road. But getting back to the British TV, both of my sons, my one son has a very, very dry sense of humor, and he's very snarky. As well as my other son. He's more robust. He's an very outwardly happy. Both of my boys are very happy. My one son, Michael, he laughs like me. He's very loud. If you ever went to the movies and you lived in my area, you would definitely know if I was in the movie theater, because I cannot contain my laugh. I take after my dad. My dad loved life. He was bigger than life, and he found humor in everything. And I think my boys and I, we do the same. I always say even the bad is good. I bring my tape over a little bit, and then I brush it back onto it. And then that way, and then so this is how I use my tape runner. And then here's another little tip, instead of putting this on here, I will flip this open here to measure, to make sure it's pretty much even all the way around. And you just kind of have to eyeball it. This is something you can't really measure. And please, I've done this before, please make sure that you do it right side up. The worst thing you want is to open this and you find it's all upside down. Been there, done that. So, all right, this one here, let's see, I had already picked out a phrase for her. Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful day to leave me alone. You know what? When you have your period, and I don't have mine anymore, thank goodness. That was a real downer. But at any rate, when it's that time of month, oh gosh, everything got on my nerves. Good Lord. So, she's taken her Midol. I'm sure that she can handle what's going on, but can anybody else? I mean, when you get in a mood, forget it. It's really a beautiful day to leave me alone. I can remember those days. I don't want to cover up that little pill. I guess it wouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Should I put it here? And I'm not going to put this down all the way. I do put a little bit of glue. I think I'll just put that up there a little bit over her. Oh yeah, I can, even when I was a teenager, oh good Lord. My daughter-in-law is going through this right now with my granddaughter. Yes, so there we go. It's a beautiful day to leave me alone. Oh yeah, for sure. All right, there's that one. All right, this one here, I know the saying that I had. All right, I got that one there. Yeah, so I just thought these were kind of fun. It just kind of breaks up the doldrums of winter, the seriousness of everything that's been going on. And I just thought red, there's really no special rhyme or reason why. I'm using my tape runner on here, so this here where the tag is split, it stays closed. Just pushing this back a little. But yeah, right now my husband and I are watching Doc Martin on Acorn TV. My brother got me a subscription to that at Christmas time. We normally don't buy each other Christmas presents, and I was very surprised that he did that. I thought it was very sweet of him to do it, but he has a very dry sense of humor. My brother is actually a very, very smart man. And my one son reminds me very much of him. My other son reminds me an awful lot of my dad. We grew up in a household. My husband, I love him to death. And we've been together for 38 years now, I think, 37 years. It's been a long time. He doesn't have much of a sense of humor. And I think my mother always tried to remind me oh gosh, dang it. That's all right. That's how he grew up. And she used to try to remind me of that. His parents were a little more staunch, and my parents were very outgoing. They had a great time with their family and friends. They bowled. My mom went to craft night. She belonged to the home bureau. She didn't, she wasn't like a PTA mom or anything like that. She was heavily into her crafts with my godmother. And my dad, he worked as an artist, and he started out trimming windows at a fashion store. He was a wonderful artist. And then he did all the window dressings like you see in Lord & Taylor, Saks Fifth Avenue, Macy's. But they just loved life. And they knew how to have fun. They loved their music. They loved dancing. They loved all the shows. I can remember being upstairs in my room. I grew up in a very small Cape-style house. And, they would be watching Rowan and Martin Laugh-In. I'd come down and watch it. They watched All in the Family, the Jeffersons, you name it. They would just roar with laughter. I swear the neighbors could hear my dad laughing. They just really, and my in-laws, they didn't have that kind of sense of humor. They were more serious, and I never heard them laugh out loud, and my husband doesn't. We will watch funny movies, and he sits there, and we're like, do you get the joke, or do you understand? Or yeah, I got it. We get laughing at him because he just, oh yeah, I think it's funny. I'm like, well, then laugh. But if somebody gets hurt, like in Home Alone, the man is on the floor rolling he's crying. He's laughing so hard. He can't help himself. He loves to see people get hurt, which I just don't get. Let me attach this pad. And I'm going to do it off camera because this here is from the die, and I don't want to get that on the pad itself, the paper. I don't want it to come off and ruin the top sheet. So I'm just attaching all of my stuff to this. And again, you just kind of have to eyeball this to make sure that it's getting there. Straight, on the straight and narrow. And then we will attach Missy here, who I'll read you the snarky little saying I picked out for her. I just think it's very becoming. And we're doing good on time. I'm just trying to make this a 30-minute video. Give you an idea of what you can do with some of your vintage people, not the village people, but the your vintage people that you cut out. You can make tags like this if you're making a journal. Oh, let's see, a little paddle. Look at this. All right. All right, so she's done. Little smarty pants. This one says, listen, before I had my coffee, I didn't know how awesome I was going to be today either. So, yeah, she's got that attitude. She just thinks she's so awesome. All right, and then we've got mother and daughter here. And I picked these little things here. And this one's really snarky. This saying. And I'm just going to lift it so I know where it is. Yeah, so that's it. I think I've already add a little more to this. So yeah, I'm really enjoying, I'm going to put 2 strips. This is what I do also sometimes. I'll put a couple strips in the middle, and then I still go around with my art glitter glue on the edges so it doesn't really turn up. But I'm really enjoying the British TV. I always have. I used to watch, before I had Acorn, I'd watch a lot of BBC. I love Sherlock Holmes with Cumberbatch, who stars as Sherlock Holmes. I think he's a brilliant actor. I really, really like him. I think he was in one of the Marvel movies too. We're big moviegoers, and it seems weird. We used to see all the movies. And now that the theaters are closed, I really have no desire to go back. I don't, even after everyone is immunized and you've got the herd immunity going on, and I don't know, I just have no idea to be in a confined space anymore with people. So we started our family Friday night. When this all started, the COVID, we started a Friday night family night, homemade pizza. I have a bread machine, and we do homemade pizza, and we either play a board game or we watch a movie. And that has worked out really well. And I think we've been 3 months. We started it. Well, we started it. It's been quite a while. Yeah, and it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And I chose this little, just going to stick that on there for now. I chose this little, why does a chicken cross the road? I've always thought that was the silliest, snarkiest joke going. So I just thought that would be fun to add that right there. Why does a chicken cross the road? Why does anything cross the road? They cross the road to get to the other side. They cross the road to get away from somebody that's stalking them. I don't know, you tell me. Why did the chicken cross the road? This one I think I'm going to do a little bit different because I do want it to. I want it to go the whole length. But I don't have to. And this one is really snarky. Not mean, just snarky. And this one says to her daughter, "Sorry I'm late, but I didn't want to come." Yeah, sometimes, you know, you get caught up in yourself, or you have to go to a party that maybe there's other people that you really don't want to see there. Maybe it could be for any reason. Could be a PTA meeting, could be, you know, whatever. Sometimes there was things that I had to go to, but yeah, I just didn't really. My son had swim meets every other weekend when he was on the YMCA swim team. And oh man, there were certain times that I just did not want to go. And I'm sure he didn't want to go. And, but I couldn't really tell him, honey, I just really don't feel like going, you know, or I didn't feel good and I would show up late. And it would be, sorry, I'm late, but I never said I didn't want to come. But I think he knew. So, again, not mean, just snarky. There's a difference. In my book, there's a difference. So, I think these are cute. And I think we all need to just chill out, not worry about being politically correct all the time. Let your personality shine. Let your personality shine that God gave you. Amen. Everybody say amen. Be yourself. Have fun. Have fun with life. Life is short. I know that. I know that. So, I'm going to finish this up. I hope I did make it under the 30-minute mark, which is amazing for me. I hope you had fun today. I think these are just all really, really, really cute paper pads. I want to thank you for joining in. I hope that I gave you some fun little ideas for using ephemera, stamps, flowers, some coupons, whatever it may be, especially these images from the old Women's Day and Sears Roebuck catalogs. So there's a lot of things you can use out there that you don't have to pay for. I got most of these books for $1 and flip through them. It brings back good memories. And it'll put a little, hopefully I inspired you a little bit to be a little more snarky during these times. And we just all need to chill out. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye-bye.